This call is being recorded.
Yes, now allow yourselves to move into your Merkaba. Feel it as a ship, a small ship all around you. You may find that it helps to have instruments within that ship. Crystals, gears, levers, buttons, whatever works for you, just to give it a little bit more reality, or nothing at all, whatever works. And allow yourselves to begin to rise up in your Merkaba. Rise up from your physical body, leaving it behind. See it falling down below you as you move upward, up into the sky, up above the Earth's atmosphere, all the time seeing your physical body receding, receding, receding below you, until it is almost to the point where you can't even see it anymore. But of course, you're aware of it and you are connected to it. Now up in space, see all of the ships that are out here, all of our ships, all of the Syrian ships, the Arcturian ships, the Andromedan ships, Antares, all of the many, many millions of ships, all different sizes and colors and shapes, some light ships, but all, mostly all, having consciousness. This is what this is all about, what you are doing here on this planet at this time in these moments. It's all about consciousness and vibration. Now, as you are in your Merkaba and seeing all the ships, see the planets now in the solar system. All the planets revolving around the sun, solar sun, Sol, S-O-L, Sol. Then look through the sun. Look through the sun, the solar logos. See beyond the sun now. See into the galaxy. And as you see into the galaxy, see all of the solar systems in the galaxy, all also having a central sun. All the planets of those solar systems revolving around that central sun. Solar systems and solar systems and solar systems in the galaxy. And then finally look into the central sun of the galaxy, in the Pleiadian cluster, Alcyon. Look through it now, as if it was a window into the next galaxy, and the next one, and the next one. Now see all of the galaxies, billions of galaxies, all with their solar systems, and their central suns. And through all of the galaxies, finally to the central sun of the universe, the source of all creation in this universe. Yes, in case you are wondering, you can go through that sun, but I would not advise it at this time. We'll be doing that in an upcoming meditation or experience. Look through the sun now. Just look through it. Don't go through it. but look through the central sun of the universe and see now beyond into the next universe. And you will begin to understand that there is no end. And, quite paradoxically, no beginning. It all just is pure energy, pure vibration and consciousness. Now, from this central sun of the universe, see that brilliant white light shooting from this sun throughout all of the galaxies that you just looked through, all of the solar systems, connecting all from this central sun, connecting all of the galaxies, all of the solar systems, all of the central suns. This white light shooting through it, brilliant white light, source light. And finally to your solar system, coming through the sun of your solar system, through all of the millions of ships, all connecting or connected by this light, by this source energy. Now finally shooting down to the earth, to Gaia herself, bathing Gaia, this light, this love, this consciousness, and transforming all life here on the planet, bringing it to a higher vibration. And all that cannot handle this higher vibration will not be able to be here, will not be able to sustain within this vibration. Central nervous system would not allow it. But all of you have been working with these energies, these vibrations, these waves of energy. You are becoming more and more accustomed to these energies so that you can take more and more, that you can take more and more light into your bodies and anchor that light. And then, of course, share that light, your love, throughout all of mankind. So see that happening now. See this light, this wave of energy spreading across the planet, enveloping all life forms, bringing new forests to grow where there was barren land, green grass, water purified everywhere. Even those streams or rivers that you would call very polluted, see them becoming crystallized in purity and consciousness within the water. Your oceans purified, cleansed with consciousness. All across the planet, all of the people raising their consciousness, becoming aware of their brothers and sisters without concern about race or religion or differences of any kind. Because with this wave of energy, all will realize that there are no differences. We are all one being within the source of all things. And you will also realize you are that source. The source is you. Now allow yourselves to begin to drift back towards your physical body in your Merkaba. If you left your Merkaba and walked on a ship, found yourself deep within one of the galactic suns, some of you may have even just temporarily gone home. By home, of course, I mean your home of long ago, a home that you hailed from, the desire and the need at times to want to return home. For now, that can wait. Come back now. Come back in your Merkaba. Back towards your physical body. Merge with your physical body in your Merkaba. See your Merkaba, your light body, all around you. Merge with that light body. That light body is you at a higher consciousness level. And at your next advance, we will be working directly with this. I have been given permission to be able to assist you in one of these experiences. Now come back into a complete state of consciousness and circulation, fully revitalized and refreshed. Come back. I am Kara. I greet you from all of the Pleiadian councils and the many, many ships that we have. We greet you and we thank you, all of you, all that are listening and will later read these words. We thank all of you. For without you, we would not be here. We would not be watching over this entire process. We would not be a part of your ascension. Because you, all of the light workers, the warriors, and the sharers and bearers of light, are what this is all about. Bringing mankind to a higher state of consciousness. Those of you that have participated in your latest endeavor, that which you call the expedition, at this point, you are beginning to understand, but yet not anywhere near fully. For as the one who serves has said, you have no idea what you have done and what you are continuing to do, and even more, what you are about to do. I will leave that as just a glimmer of what is ahead. A tease, you might say. You know, you have your fable or your saying, carrot and the stick. And the carrot is held in front of you on the stick. You constantly try to reach for it, but it keeps being out of reach. We have been holding that carrot in front of you. You have been reaching and reaching and reaching for it. We have not been pulling it away, like some of you might think. We have been holding it there so you could reach for it. Reach out, my dear friends, my brothers, my sisters. Reach out for that carrot. It is there for you. All that you have wanted to occur in this lifetime is about to unfold. But it always requires the consciousness of man to bring this about. And although there have been many phases of the great plan of the universe, many phases, many different plans, what you call your A, B, C, D plans. One doesn't work, another one is tried, and another one, and another one. Tweaked here, tweaked there. That is what has been happening. We, those of us, the Pleiadians, all of the other civilizations that are here working with you, have been planning in great councils we meet. Councils which you yourselves, those of you that are ready for it, will be called upon to assist and be a part of these councils. The great Sananda has spoken about this to you. And when time and the vibration is right, he will be ready to share much more about this. For now, know that you will be a part of these councils if you choose. You will have many different parts of your missions to bring to success. It will be up to you to choose how you want to proceed. For once the final darkness, the veil of darkness has been completely lifted, you will be free to reach out to the universe, the galaxy beyond galaxy beyond galaxy. Yes, to literally go where no one has gone before, if you wish. For this, my friends, is your destiny. You are loved beyond measure by all of us. I, Kara, bid you farewell for now. Reach, my friends, reach for that carrot. Continue to reach for it. Know that one day, one moment, you will grab it and it will be yours. All that you have been through, all of the travails, all of the problems, the negativity, the darkness, will have lifted with only light in front of you and in you. All of my peace and love be with all of you. Om Mani Padme Hum Ma Om Mani Padme Hum Ma Om Ma Om. Greetings to you. Greetings. One who serves here to continue the show here. And we use that term purposefully because it is quite a show. You are putting on quite a show. And you, as you have heard other times, you are our entertainment. We watch your show. We watch it diligently. We look forward to it each and every week. Like you have your TV shows, and you look forward to that next one that comes the next week, and the next week, and the next week, and you can't wait until it comes. Well, we do the same thing. We can't wait to see what you do next. What escapades you go on. What new things come up. What new questions arise within your consciousness. And speaking of which, what questions do you have?
I'm trying to get one from the internet, and I There was one that was sent to James about, I've lost here, I hit the wrong button on his phone, about someone named Anthony sent to James about a week ago. He was working on his breathing, was asking about another person, and I've lost the message. I'm
Yes,
sorry.
we can tell you because we are finding it now within the James. He was wondering about the breatharian movement.
Thank you.
And this particular person. We will not comment on this particular person, but we will say that that movement is real. It is something, but it is something that comes as you continue to rise in consciousness, your vibration. And for those of you that don't know, it is about taking the pranic energy within you and sustaining yourself on that pranic energy, like we do. We do not need to have sustenance if we don't want to. There are times, of course, when we have gatherings, or we have social gatherings, and we sit and break bread. Not so much break bread anymore. That is an old saying. We did as much more than that. Vegetables, fruits, all of these types of things are wonderful. And yes, certainly wine at times and all of these kinds of things. But the breatharian movement, working with the pranic energy, is about taking that pranic energy into your body and having it sustain you. And it is a wonderful weight loss program, I can tell you that. But do not attempt it. And please understand this. I will repeat this. Do not attempt it until you really believe you are ready for it. It takes a great deal of perseverance, consciousness, higher consciousness to be able to succeed with this. Now, with that understanding, you can do bits and pieces. You do not have to do it all at once. You can visualize the pranic energy entering through the back of your neck into your spinal column and sustaining you. But do not let only that be your sustainment. Continue to eat right, drink many fluids, all of this. And if you want, you can begin to limit more and more and more, which many of you are already doing. Many of you are eating less and eating much better in terms of vitamins, your minerals, your less pesticides, and all of these kinds of things. And this is wonderful. But again, when you are ready, if you are not ready to give up the eating of animal flesh, then don't. Don't force yourself to do it unless you feel you are ready to do it. You will know. Your consciousness will tell you. Your body will tell you when it will no longer sustain you with those types of eating habits. Okay? Does this answer this question? Yes, we believe it does. Yes.
That's all we have.
Very good. Would there be any other questions here?
Hello, one who serves.
Yes.
Yes, dear Leah.
Sorry, all.
Oh, go.
Oh, it's a pleasure. I haven't spoken to your beautiful heart for a while, so I'm just sending you my love. I miss you all. My question is, it's interesting because we were talking about this discussion earlier on about Ganymede, because I was told Ganymede was brought to Jupiter has 67 moons and one of them is Ganymede, but it was brought there. Like our moon was brought into this quadrant, sector of space. So I don't want to go into a linear construct here, but how long ago are we talking to a degree? Is Ganymede new compared to our moon of lengthy time it's been outside Jupiter, or it's been there longer than our moon? Like I'm just thinking, how long has it been there? Because it was definitely brought there. I know that Ashtar Kari said it was brought there, and all the animals and all the life and all the plants were brought to this moon. So it's interesting. I just wondered if you could shed light on it. I love you and thank you.
You are correct. in terms of both your moon here and that one that you speak of have been brought there. They are artificial, and they have been brought as what you might call satellite moons, and they were brought long, long time ago. We will not say directly, but it is in terms of thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of years. Long time. Okay?
Yes. Oh, no, thank you.
The actual date, the actual time frame would not even begin to compute in your three-dimensional understanding yet at this point.
Oh, no, thank you. Thank you for, I thought so. It's a long time it's been there. I felt that. And you know my connection with Jupiter and Ganymede. So I thank you so much.
There is one other thing. Do not think of it in terms, even though we said thousands and thousands and thousands of years, this is pertaining to your way of your time chronology. But think of it in terms of no time and space. So it is it is all about vibration, and it is all about the past, present, and future all being one now in the moment. So therefore, you cannot come to a complete understanding of how long something has been there, because it is in the now as we speak here. You understand?
Yes. Oh, yes. 100% to give a linear construct would be a little bit silly, isn't it? So I don't even know why I asked that question, but I just wanted to think, well, it's been there, it was brought there, definitely brought there. And it's interesting that these moons, the satellites, are brought to these particular planets, and there's a reason for that. I'm just trying to figure that reason out to a degree, is why these particular moons were brought to these particular planets.
To you? Can we make suggestion to you?
Absolutely.
Stop trying to figure it out. Let it be.
Let it be.
Let it be. You do not need to understand these types of terminology and chronology. There is no reason for it. Just think in terms of the perfect now, in the moment, consciousness, in the moment. And then everything begins to come together, you might say. And all begins to make sense when you no longer try to make sense out of it.
Oh, no, thank you so much. And thank you for answering my question. I love you so much. And I've missed sharing with you, and I love you very much.
Yes, we here as well. Would there be any other questions?
Hi, this is Marilu.
Yes.
I'm fine. I want to ask how you are, but that's corny. Actually, what I really want to know is quite serious. I want to know if I have fully completed the activities within the sacred objects that you and your brothers and sisters apported to me from Lemuria. If that activation is complete within me and within the sacred object.
Can we be completely honest with you, dear sister?
Yes.
Then we would answer that question as a no. It is not complete. It will not be completely complete. Can we say it that way? Completely complete? It will not be a finished deal or project until you have learned how to work with those crystals directly and be able to rejuvenate your own body as a result of it.
That's what I've been working on. That's quite a project.
Yes, that is quite a project, but only if you believe it is quite a project.
Oh, I believe it, yes.
Be in the perfect now, in the moment, with the vibration high around you, working with those crystals, and see yourself in the crystals rejuvenating your body Now, you will not go from your age now to 20 years old overnight, but you will begin to notice a lessening of wrinkles. You will begin to notice a step in your, a energy in your step. You see, little by little, if you practice this.
All right, I shall. Certainly. Thank you.
As if you were looking at a crystal ball. See yourself in those crystals, but see the self that you want to see.
All right.
See? And the younger that you see yourself and can visualize that and hold that visualization, the younger you will become. Now we know that is quite different from the programming that you have come to understand. But we can add this. This is not only for this one that we speak to here. This is for all of you. All of you. Begin to see yourself as you want to see yourself. Visualize yourself as younger, vibrant. And you will find that even those that are in the, what you would call the Far East, the Himalayas, some of them are 80, 90, 100, 110, 120 years old and so on. And they look and act like they are 40, 30. You see what we are going with here?
Yes, I do.
It's all about belief. All about belief. Believing is seeing. One other thing you can do, and we know this is difficult for many to do because how many say, oh, this is my birthday. This is my birthday now. And as you are saying, this is my birthday, you are thinking in your head, oh, I am another year older.
Right.
See, even if you won't admit it, we know that you do that because that is your programming. You got another year older and another year older. But if you would completely forget your birthday, not even remember when you were born, think about that. What would that do for you? You would not be thinking in terms of a year older again and again.
Would make you immortal.
Yes, very much so, in terms of your physical bodies are meant to last. But, as you know, the food that you eat, the drinks that you take, the lack of exercise, the environment that you are in, what you breathe in from your skies, the energies coming from the electromagnetic energies all around you, all of these things tend to deplete the body. But if you begin more and more to take conscious awareness of this, you can listen to your body and begin more and more to feed your body, not only food and drink, but feed it sustenance of all different types, energy, thoughts. All of these things can literally rejuvenate your body, reverse the aging process. Look at some of your light worker friends. Do they look the age that they are?
No.
Many of them don't. Many of them look much younger because they believe they are much younger.
Right.
Okay? Any other questions here?
I have a question, please. I wonder where my crystal is.
Please, ask your question again.
This is Rita.
Yes.
My question is, I don't usually ask questions about personal things, but I've had a light outside of my house, up over my house. I do believe it's a spaceship, but it's round. And I've seen spaceships that are triangular looking before. And it is a light, and it's not the moon, because the moon moves. And I have walked out there, and I have looked up, and it follows me. If I go down the driveway, and then when I just walk over where my mailbox is, and it's a shadow. It makes a shadow. That's like the moon. Now, this has happened for 3 nights, and I go out. So I woke up early and went out at 7 o'clock, and it was still dark, but it wasn't there. I have tried to find out from someone if that's them in a spaceship, but it's so large, I know it's close. Do you happen to know who it is or what it is, please?
Yes, we do.
Ooh, good.
Would you like to know?
I would love to know. Please.
This is a connection for you, dear Rita. A connection for you specifically that is aware of you, certainly, and they are watching over you now. Because, and it is not for anything to fear here, we're not speaking in terms of moving out of your body, in terms of your physical death or anything of this nature. So we want to put that aside right now. We are talking about your transition that you are making, again, not from the body that you might think of in terms of transition, but transition from your 3rd dimensional understanding to your 5th dimensional consciousness. And this is happening, and they are watching over you to assist wherever they can, because when you have certain thoughts, they are picking up those thoughts, and they return those thoughts to you with a different, what you would call different spin on them. Do you understand this?
Yes.
Taking a more negative thought and changing it and turning it so that it becomes a more positive for you.
I see.
They are assisting you.
I see. I see it.
Who's speaking?
I see it.
Who's speaking? Who else is speaking there? That's not me.
Do you understand what we have given here, Rita?
Yes, I do.
Yes.
Boy, that's wonderful to know, and thank you. My gosh, sometimes it's difficult for me to believe that things happen like magical to me, but they have been, and I'm so blessed, and I'm so thankful, and I have so much support. I realize that. So thank you so much for being so generous to let me know. Thank you so much. I love you. Bye.
This is Dr. Wanda. That was me that was saying, I see it. I see it. I could actually see it as he was explaining it. I understand fully exactly what they're doing for you, watching over you as you transcend from the 3rd to the 5th and changing thoughts. I can see it. And it's going to happen for many of us, I believe.
That is correct. That was where we were going next with this, in terms of whenever there are personal questions here, almost always we will turn those personal questions into a collective consciousness question, where it pertains to all or at least many of you. Okay? Would there be any other questions here?
Yes, this is Orv.
Yes, we take you first, Orv, and then our dear Gary here.
Okay, thank you. 3 or 4 years ago, I believe it was either Ramsar or Bashar who said that, I guess maybe the planet as a whole was at 3.48 in vibration. I was just wondering if you could tell us, like maybe for the whole planet, have we gone beyond that? Are we closer to 4.0 as a planet?
But we can tell you, without getting into very specifics here, because it is always changing, it is constantly in flux. But the energies, the vibration of the planet herself is increasing rapidly. It may not be perceived by those of you through what you call the naked eye or even the feeling within your body, but many of you are beginning to sense more and more those energies and the connection that you have with the earth, with Gaia herself. And this is picking up rapidly. And the consciousness of the planet and the consciousness of the collective whole of this planet, the collective consciousness of this planet, as far as the people themselves, it is all interconnected and becoming more and more entwined, you might say. And as the people's consciousness increases, Gaia's consciousness increases. As Gaia's consciousness increases, the people's consciousness increases. You see? And it is all happening simultaneously, and the frequency that you are picking up here is greatly increasing here, more and more. Okay?
Yes, thank you. It's sort of like a leapfrog.
Could look at it that way, yes. It goes up, but it comes down again a little bit based on man's consciousness. Man's consciousness here on the planet controls everything here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Sure. Thank you. Cheers.
Your question now, dear brother here.
Oh, thank you, one who serves. I come here with great humility to you, and thank you and the collective and everyone who guided all of us. And thank you personally for your gentle, loving hand that guides me. Thank you. Question. Okay. So, Vidya and I were talking yesterday, and we both received visions. And I was receiving visions while you were giving answers to people just now. And I'm seeing Lisa, myself, and Vidya, all three scuba divers. And these are two fearless women, two of your most fearless. They will go.
Warriors.
Warriors, gladiators,
yes.
Gunslingers of light. And these women, I see them, I see us in a balance of the divine feminine and masculine, going into these waters and retrieving these records. And I see us coming out bathed in gold light, sunlight, and the sun shining on us. And all of our family, the entire Ancient Awakenings family, with you, with the Ascended Masters, on a diving platform or etheric platform. And we come out of the water and we hand these to our family. And James is at the forefront, and we hand these crystals with all the records in them. I believe I'm onto something. Can you comment?
What we can say here is yes, you are onto something, but it is not something that is imminent for you.
Mm-hmm.
You are not at this point, as we find it, ready to do what you are speaking of. Because in order to do what you are speaking of, you first need to have the keys to assist you to open up or unlock those secrets, just as we have spoken of the records in your crater area. And it is very similar. When you are able to unlock the records there, you have unlocked the etheric records, that is true. But when you are able to physically unlock the records, not in your three-dimensional body that you are in now, for that is likely not going to happen.
Right.
But when you are ready at a fourth or even fifth dimensional level with your light body within you, then you will be ready for that. And once that is accomplished, Then you will be led, if you wish, it is your choice, but you may be led to other places where you can do very similar things. Because once you have the key, yes, you can unlock any of them. Good.
Thank you, and I understand that.
Yes.
One
Please, we need to ask if there are any other questions with someone that has had a chance.
I have a question.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yes, hi, one who serves. Yes, hi, one who serves.
Yes.
I'm asking if we have in the solar flashes coming to Earth on the 21st of March. And if yes, is anything we need to do or no so far on this point?
Yes. Yes, there is something you need to do. You ready?
Yeah.
Let it be. Let it be. You understand this?
Yes, I do. Thank you.
Do not be in the doing. Be in the being.
Okay.
See? That is important. For when you are in the doing, you are wrapped up in your third dimensional consciousness. When you are in the being, you are in your higher fourth and even fifth dimensional consciousness. Big difference. Be in the higher fourth and fifth dimensional consciousness when this wave of energy comes through. Okay?
All right, thank you. Can we do some meditation though, or just let it be? Like that?
Certainly you can do meditation.
Okay.
You can do anything you want. That is up to you. You have free choice.
Okay.
We are only suggesting to you not to get bogged down by doing anything to get ready for it. Just let it be, whatever it is. Okay?
Okay. Okay, thank you so much. So love you.
Yes. Any other questions here? We need to release channel here shortly.
Yes, this is Lorelei.
Yes?
That was one of the questions I was going to ask if there was something to do, but thank you for answering that. The other question, well, I've had about those, I think it's between, anytime I look up in the sky, it seems like there's between 6 to 8 or 10 even sometimes ships up there because they don't go anywhere. They just hang there and, and then they're closer than stars for sure, and they kind of fade in and out a little. Do you have any word on that as to what that might be in this area or
Yes. Yes. You've heard of the term parked? They are parked.
Heard of what?
They are parked. They don't need to move. They are stationary. They move when they want to move, but mostly, many of them are stationary, watching over everything, assisting, maintaining communications of many different types, holding those councils that Kara spoke of here. You see?
Awesome. And is there anything for me particularly in that? Or?
Again, it's very similar to the last question. Just to be.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
The more you try to analyze, the further away you get from just being. That is important. You want fifth dimensional consciousness? Be fifth dimensional consciousness. You want third dimensional consciousness? Then do everything that you've been doing up to this point and continue in your third dimensional consciousness. See?
Thank you.
Well, sir, this is Celia. Can I ask you a quick one, please?
Yes.
Thank you. When we served on Friday, when we were chanting, I have this need to just start kind of screaming rather loud.
And by the way, I wanted to thank you very much for helping us reaching our crescendo. That really helped all of us. But I was deeply grounded with Mother Earth. I felt it on my entire body, and I feel I was one with her, and then all that energy that was rising up from my chakras, I just got onto my voice, and it was as loud as I could be, and I felt that I just kind of blew up like a volcano top. Can you help me understand that experience, please?
And exactly what experience are you referring to? What part of this?
When we were reaching the crescendo on the crater top on Friday, it was a moment that I felt so rooted with Mother Earth through my voice, and with that energy, I started screaming really loud, and I felt that I was.
Have you not already answered your question?
I just needed it to understand it a little. Yes, I guess I did.
Confirmation, yes. Many times you ask, not you specifically, but many of you ask for confirmation of something that you already know. And that is just perfectly fine for us, or we are here to serve. But always remember, you have everything within you that you need. And when you no longer need anything outside of yourself, then I guess we get put out of job here. You see?
Yes, I see. I see. But it's such a great comfort to have your input as well, because it kept me going and trying to go further and further, and I appreciate that. Yeah, it was so wonderful to be able to release from Mother Earth all that energy, and then finally feel at peace. It was wonderful. And thank you so much for helping us reach the crescendo.
Certainly, yes. And we thank you for everything that you all did, and not only those that went on the expedition, which you are calling the Magnificent Nine here, but to all of you that are on these calls to be a part of Ancient Awakenings. You are all a part of the spreading, the creating and the spreading of the higher consciousness throughout the planet. More and more and more than you can possibly understand yet at this point, what you have done and what you are doing continually now. Need to release channel here now. Shanti, peace be with you. Shanti, be the one. Brother.